True TV, 24 May 2013. And this is Douglas Bickford reporting live from Spokane, Washington. I'm putting together some clips from the internet about the 9/11 and what really happened. Please share these videos because they got away with lying to us, and I'm talking about the U.S. government. They used the media to lie to us about that day. And ever since then, they just lied to us about everything because they got away with the biggest crime, one of the biggest crimes of the century, which was a terror attacks on 9/11. It wasn't done by Muslim extremists like we were told via the media. It was done by the U.S. government. They orchestrated the attacks. The proof is out there. And watch these video clips I'm putting together. It proves, without a shadow of a doubt, our government is guilty of murdering 3,000 of its own citizens to manipulate the masses so we could go to war in Afghanistan and Iraq. We're still in Afghanistan. We're still in Iraq. It's all about money, power, and control. And it's for oil. It's for, like they made the Patriot Act, taking away our civil liberties, taking away our rights under the Constitution, taking away our guns. That's what the government, the U.S. government does. Okay, they're not the peacemakers. They are the warmongers. And I'm talking about your favorite politicians here, folks. I'm talking about the Ron Paul, the Rand Paul. I'm talking about all the U.S. Senate, all the U.S. Congress. And the reason those people don't defend us, they try to, but they, like Dennis Kucinich, they don't defend us because they'll lose their paychecks, they'll lose their jobs, because the machine is working very hard against you and I. Now, we can break this. You can help me and Donna spread these videos that I'm making. I have thousands of videos on YouTube. I have hundreds of YouTube channels. If you run into one, please share the video, whatever it is, and help Truth TV expose what is happening. The lies continue since 9/11, 2001. I mean, it's unbelievable. The Sandy Hook thing was all a staged event. They're causing weather. They caused the latest was the Oklahoma tornado. They caused that. And they use the deal plausible deniability, because nobody will blame anybody for causing weather, but they're doing it. It's called HAARP and it's called chemtrails, and you can see it happening with your own eyes above where you are. But these videos aren't about any of that. This series is about the truth about 9/11. So there you have it. Please share this video. My phone number is 360-980-5397. You can spread that number wherever you want to, if you want to, and you can call me, because until we, the people, wake up and start doing something about what they're doing to us, it will never change. So help me expose them. It's the New World Order, it's the global elites, but really it is, people do it for money, you know. Like they pay the chemtrail pilots, they pay all our politicians are paid huge money to sit there and just avoid all the important issues. One of them is 9/11, the other one is chemtrails. While the U.S. government continues on their massive murder mission all over the planet, because we, the people of the United States, 400 million of us, are too busy watching TV, listening to the radios, or reading your daily newspaper to do anything. Well, you have the ability to do something right now, today, on the 24th of May 2013. You can help me by commenting, by sharing this video. Do your part, please, because until we, the people, the real people of the United States, wake up and do our part, they're going to continue to do to us. That's the reason that they get away with it, is because we won't say anything because we're too afraid to say something. Well, I'm telling you right now, you don't have to be afraid to say something. Say it, do it, write it, whatever you got to do to help to be a real awake person in the United States of America, and who, like me, I love my country. I hate my government because of what they're doing to us and how they're using the TV to brainwash us and all my family, my children, my grandchildren. Just think about one thing: the Pledge of Allegiance, right? We were brainwashed to worship a flag, okay, from kindergarten all the way through high school, and then into our adult life when, the Star Spangled Banner played at every sporting event. Just think about that. You got to think outside the box here, man. They've poisoned our food. They've poisoned our water. They've poisoned the air we breathe because we won't say anything. Because we're too busy. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Blah, 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 blah. That's brainwashing, folks. I'll have more later for you. Think outside the box.
Wally Miller, a Somerset County coroner, told the Houston Chronicle, "It looked like somebody just dropped a bunch of metal out of the sky." In the Washington Post, "It looked like someone took a scrap truck, dug a 10-foot ditch, and dumped trash into it. And as for the passengers, I stopped being coroner after about 20 minutes because there were no bodies there." In the Pittsburgh Review, "I have not, to this day, seen a single drop of blood. Not a drop." It would seem that, on one day, for the second time in history, an entire plane, along with its passengers, disappeared upon impact.
There are no signs of any survivors at the site of a Nigerian plane crash. That is the word from the Red Cross, which has a representative on site. The first pictures of the crash scene show a large crater with the Boeing 737 broken into small pieces. The plane crashed shortly after taking off from Lagos in a heavy storm. The flight was going to the Nigerian capital of Abuja and was believed to be carrying some senior Nigerian officials.
So if Flight 93 didn't go down in Shanksville, then where? You ready for this? Cleveland. At 11:43 on September 11th, WCPO, a local TV station in Cincinnati, Ohio, reported that 2 planes landed at Cleveland Hopkins Airport due to a bomb threat. United Airlines identified one of the planes as Flight 93. Are you confused? Well, it gets better. Check it out. At approximately 10 a.m., Cleveland Hopkins Airport was evacuated amidst rumors that a hijacked plane was going to land. Passengers had to leave, but couldn't drive. They had to walk or hitchhike. Buses weren't allowed to leave. People were sent home. According to Associated Press and local Ohio papers, one plane landed at approximately 10:45. But Delta Airlines confirmed that their plane, Delta 1989, landed in Cleveland at 10:10. Therefore, Flight 93 landed at Cleveland at approximately 10:45. Authorities searched Delta 1989 for over 2 hours, and passengers were questioned individually. The plane dealer reported that the plane was evacuated at 12:30. But the Akron Beacon reports that a plane was evacuated at 11:15, which would make that Flight 93. Mayor White reported that the plane had 200 passengers. But a passenger from Delta 1989 describes 60 or so passengers. So at 11:15, 200 or so passengers were released from Flight 93. The passenger from Delta 1989 states that she was taken into FAA headquarters. But other reports say that passengers were brought into the NASA Glenn Research Center, located near the west end of the airport, which had already been evacuated. So, to sum up, Delta 1989 landed at 10:10, was evacuated at 12:30, almost 2.5 hours later, and 69 passengers were taken to FAA headquarters. Flight 93 landed at 10:45 and evacuated within a half hour. 200 or so passengers quickly taken to an empty NASA research center. Why did it take 140 minutes to evacuate 69 passengers when 200 were evacuated in a half hour? We can assume that the passengers from Delta 1989 are safe somewhere. The question remains, what happened to the 200 or so passengers from Flight 93? It's interesting to note that the combined total of all the passengers from all 4 flights is 198, or 243, depending on who you ask. We may never know what really happened to Flight 93, but we do know what didn't happen.